Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm back with a fun reading vlog where I read only pretty books in July. So lately I have been collecting a lot of beautiful editions of books. I've been obsessed with how they look on my bookshelf, and I've gotten a few gifts from my friends and family too. So yes, I bought books based on the cover, solely based on the cover. So today's July 1st, and I thought it's a perfect time to read pretty books in the month of July. So the first book I want to read is Onyx Storm, which is the third book in the Empyrean series. I have similar versions of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame too, which I finished reading last month. For those of you who don't know, the Fourth Wing series or the Empyrean series is a fantasy or a romantasy novel series which is set in the kingdom of Navarre. And there are dragons, there are riders, there's a lot of political conflicts going on as well, some conspiracies, and a lot of suspense and thrill. So it is an adult series, so I wouldn't recommend it for anyone under 21. The romantasy part of it doesn't take away from the story. I still loved it. I rated Fourth Wing 5 stars and Iron Flame about 4 stars. It just wasn't as captivating as Fourth Wing for me. But I'm interested to see where Onyx Storm is going to go. This is the third book in the series. I think there are about two more books that are supposed to come out, one coming out next year. So I'm going to go ahead and read this copy. And look how pretty it is. So, first of all, I love, absolutely love dragons. So, I love the sprayed edges of this bag. So, it has Cloud's tiny dragon too, which is lovely. And if you open the cover, you can see a really good artwork of the two main characters, Violet and Zayden, right here. It's just so beautiful. So, let's get right into this beautiful copy of Onyx Storm first. Hey guys, it's the 13th of July, and I haven't given a reading update the entire couple of weeks of July. We're almost halfway through, but I've been so busy. I mean, life just happened, and I didn't even finish one book in these 2 weeks. How am I going to finish four? Like, I originally planned for four in this month. I think I can read a lot more now that I'm settled in a bit. And I'm on page 172. I'm in the 20th chapter of Onyx Storm. And it's going good so far, but I'm kind of not in, like, as invested as I was in Fourth Wing or even Iron Flame for that matter. So it's kind of going downhill for me. But it's still a decent book so far. The characters are going all over the place. There are a lot of things unanswered, and at the same time, they're not reaching any answers anytime soon. So I don't know how it's gonna go, guys, but I hope it's gonna be good. So let's get right back into it. Hey guys, it's the 19th of July, and I finally picked up some pace in Onyx Storm 20 days into the month, but better late than never, I guess. I'm on page 433, and now the story is getting interesting because the final battle, or what I think is the final battle, has begun. So things are getting heated, it's action packed, and I don't know where the story is gonna go. So hopefully, I'm gonna finish reading it today so that I can move on to a new book the coming week. Less than 100 pages to go, around 90ish, I guess. So let's get back into reading. Also, I'm matching the book today. A coincidence, but works out. Also, I swear, if any of my favorite writers are dying, I don't think I want to pick up the fourth book after it launches. Definitely, it's still unlaunched, but please keep all my favorite ones safe. Okay, that war that I spoke about lasted for a whole of 2 chapters, so it wasn't as action-packed as I hoped it would be, so I take my words back. But we still have about 70 pages-ish left, and the weather is great outside, so I'm just gonna continue reading outside for the rest of the evening. So let's get right into it. Okay, I know I said the war lasted for like 2 chapters, but that wasn't the war, that was just a trailer. And now I think they're stepping into a bigger fight, and the stakes are high. So I'm interested to see where this goes. We've still got like 50-ish pages to go. So let's see where the story leads us. Okay, so it's still the same day, and I finished reading Onyx Storm. And the final battle was great. It had all the tension that I was craving for. And as usual, the book ends on a cliffhanger. I don't know when the fourth part is coming. I think it's coming sometime in 2027. There's no tentative date for it yet. So I have to wait until then, and it's okay, I guess. I think I need a break from the Empyrean series. Fourth Wing was a five-star read for me, definitely, but Iron Frame and Onyx Storm are not up to the fourth wing mark for me. It's kind of repetitive and they kind of dragged it quite a bit, so that's why I'm cutting out one star, but it's still action packed, full of dragons, full of magic, so what's not to love? So I'm gonna call it a night and I'm gonna select a book to start tomorrow morning. So we'll see you in the morning. Hey guys, it's the 21st of July, and yesterday I started the second book in the challenge, which is Beach Read by Emily Henry. We're just going to take a minute to appreciate how good this collector's edition is. It has some nice illustration on the front. And look at the sprayed edges. What I love about this is that the interior here, the painting in the interior is like a sunset across the beach, and it basically continues onto the sprayed edges and in the back as well. And underneath the cover, there's actually a quote from the book. I feel overwhelmed that you exist, and it's written so prettily. I love the butter yellow also. And then there's just written by Emily Henry embossed onto the side, which is super, super cool. This is such a pretty edition, and my husband actually gifted this to me recently. And I haven't actually read Emily Henry much. I've read only one of her works, which is Book Lovers, and I kind of enjoyed it. Romance is not my go-to genre at all. It's very hard to please for me, but Emily Henry is pretty popular for a reason. So I hope that I actually like this. I'm actually 146 pages into the book, and also I'm using a pretty bookmark that matches the vibe of the book. It's something that my friends got from a trip for me. I'm at page 146, and so far the story is pretty good. It talks about grief, about loss of parents, actually, if you need any trigger warning. It's about two authors who are actually college rivals, and now they're at the same place and actually neighbors. So they're kind of figuring out how to put their next book out there, and they're also getting to know each other, and they're now rivals turned friends so far. Nothing else, but we'll see where that leads. And also, one thing that I liked about this is that there is a short clip of the leads talking to each other, like they're talking in You Belong With Me with Taylor Swift music video. Yeah, they're just holding out messages here as if they don't have phones, which I thought was super cute. And they do acknowledge the fact that, this feels like a Taylor Swift music video. So that was actually fun for the Swiftie in me. So I hope I can finish reading this today. Actually, I still have about 150-ish pages to go, but it is an easy read. It is pretty easy going as romance should be. So, oh, I still have 200 plus pages. It's like a 370 page book. But still, let's hope for the best and try to get as much reading as I can today so that I can do at least a couple more books in this month. So let's get right into it. Hey guys, it's the 26th of July and we're still left with 5 days of the month. And I finally finished the second book of this challenge, which was Beach Read. So, as I said earlier, I'm not that much into romance, but I did fly through this book. It is so well written in terms of it's easy to read. It's a nice enemies to lovers sort of trope. So the main leads are actually rivals in college, and they slowly become friends, swearing not to go beyond friendship, and then they start loving each other. It has a nice humor level to the relationship, which is highly appreciated, but they don't actually get into a relationship until it's like 75% into the book. The main characters are both authors and they're trying to write their books and they help each other finish, do the research and everything. So it is pretty interesting. It's a good fun read for a weekend. So I would check it out if you are especially into romance. I did rate it a 4 stars despite being skeptical about romance genre in general. And the next book into this challenge, which I hopefully will finish in this month itself, even though we have only 5 days, is The Nightingale by Christine Hanna. So Kristen Hanna is a very popular historical fiction writer and she has many best-selling books. And this is actually my gonna be my first book of hers. So I have been waiting to read this for a long, long time. And when I saw this beautiful 10th anniversary edition, I had to pick it up because look at the straight edges. It has nightingales all over the sprayed edges, and I absolutely loved it. So this book is set in Paris during the World War II. So it does have some artwork that is Paris related. It is very pretty, and it does have like the name title of the book and the author on the spine as well. So yeah, I'm gonna start this book today. It's pretty rainy and it's very moody, and I think this is a perfect read to get right into. So let's get right into it. Hey guys, it's 29th July, and last night I finished The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and it's it made me so emotional. To say I cried was an understatement. So the entire story, as I mentioned earlier, is revolving around the World War II, and it is set in France. It follows two sisters, Vianne and Isabel, and how they each played a different yet both ways significant role in taking part in the resistance. I love how Kristen Hanna wrote it. First of all, she makes you feel like you are part of the story, like you're living the story and you know the characters, you're not just reading it. It makes you feel so involved, and I love that kind of writing. The way she wrote her female characters is just impeccable. Like, I cannot have a single flaw. Like, it is so perfect. And she wrote both the sisters so differently, which shows how different each person is, and they can still play their part. So Vian is more understated, she's more cautious, she's a mom. I felt for her so bad, and the way she protected her children, she did everything not just for her children but for other children around her. It's just so heartbreaking and warming at the same time. And I think these kind of stories, especially involving a mom, get to me even more after I became a mom myself. So it is so deep and so emotional. Like, I can't even talk about it without giving spoilers, but it is so well written. And then Isabel, on the other hand, she's more outspoken, she's more brave, and she's more, I need to go out and do it kind of thing. And that's exactly what she did in the book. Obviously, it ends on a very bittersweet point, but I was still so satisfied with the ending. Kristen Hanna, you're my favorite author. I know this is like the first and only book that I've read of yours, but I'm going to pick up more definitely. It is so beautiful. Like, that's all I can say. I also love the fact that, she wrote how women were underestimated in general, of their part in the revolution or in the resistance. And they were actually the unsung superheroes. Like, they didn't get medals, they didn't get the laurels for it, but they played a much more prominent part in the resistance than most men did. So it's amazing. Feminist core, strong female characters, emotional heartbreak, it has everything, and a little bit of romance also in between. Pick it up, I would 100% recommend it, as long as you're not faint at heart. It is amazing. I love it. So, the next book in our challenge is The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. So, I love how the cover looks. It's all lily pads and tiny lotuses and stuff like that. The sprayed edges are a bit dull in comparison, but still, I'm not complaining. And even the inside of the book has like a muted version of the cover, which is pretty. I don't know if you can see it in the video. And it just has, like, the book title on the spine and the inside cover. This is a story set in Kerala. I absolutely love Kerala. I traveled there as a kid and I want to go back so bad. So I don't know what to expect much in the story. I just know that it's about two kids, a set of twins. So we'll get right into it. And it's already the 29th of July. So there are exactly 3 days in a month, and 3 days to read like a 340-page book is not impossible, but at the same time, it's not easy, especially when you have to take care of kids. So I'm gonna get right into it, and hopefully, I'll finish it by the end of the month. So it's the 31st of July, and I'm at page 238 of The God of Small Things, and I have about 100 pages to go. So it's the last day of the month, and can I finish this book? Definitely yes, but do I actually want to finish it? That's a totally different question. I do not like this book at all. I literally failed. I literally judged a book by its cover and bought it. It was not even on my list. I don't know why I just picked it up. I literally just picked it up because I like the cover. I usually buy books that are on my list after I've seen reviews or some other booktubers talking about those books. Only then I add it to my buy list, but I don't know. I just spotted this one day at the bookstore recently and I bought it and I'm regretting it. But I also don't want to not finish it. Like, I hate DNFing books. I just want closure and I just want to put it away and never think about it again. Currently, this book is so confusing. It's jumping between timelines without any warning and it's very brain heavy, if you get what I mean. The first couple of chapters, I had to read again and again to understand. And then after two chapters, I'm like, okay, just let it go. I'm not wasting more time on this. I'm just gonna read. And if I don't understand, I don't understand it. But yeah, we're gonna spend the rest of the evening sitting and finishing this book, though I'm not excited about it at all, but I will be happy to finish it for sure. So let's get back to reading. Hey guys, so I finished The God of Small Things last night, and I'm very glad that I did because I don't have to read it anymore. I realized that, this is a Booker Prize, so some people actually really enjoyed it. Maybe I didn't get it, I didn't understand it enough. I didn't understand the point of this book probably, but this is not my cup of tea. This is definitely, I rated this 2 stars, and that 2 stars also I probably gave because it started making sense towards the end. It didn't leave those many unanswered questions as I thought it would. There's like every possible trigger warning associated with this book. There's domestic violence, there's child abuse, there's everything, there's so much. I can't even remember, and I don't want to remember. Did I finish this book? Yes. Did I understand this book? Absolutely not. Do I remember this book? I hope I don't. I hope I can erase it from my brain for good. So this literally is a big fail for me. But that's the end of the challenge, guys. So we're done with July and we read pretty books only this month. And we read not one, not two, but three great books and one not so great book. I'm pretty happy with my reads. Like, even though I picked up the book based on the cover, this was a big fail for me, obviously. But I did find a new favorite book, The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and I think it's gonna end up being one of my favorite books ever. And I already recommended it to so many people, and I recommend it to you who's watching this video right now. Read it, pick it up because it's so good. Beach Read also was a pretty good light romance, which I kind of needed after the heavy book which I read, which was Onyx. Onyx Storm is great for fantasy lovers. It's not as great as Fourth Wing, obviously, but it still has the same dragons and the politics and the adventure and everything about it is great. So with those four books, my yearly count has come to 14 books in 2026 out of my 35 book goal for the year. So I have a lot to catch up on, and I have a fun challenge planned for next week. It's actually starting tomorrow, and I'm gonna get as many books as I can. I'm probably gonna read a few small books because I've been reading pretty big books lately. I think I deserve to read some small books too. Stay tuned for more bookish content, and thank you for watching.